Sweet boy. He's to the doctor. We have to hospitalize him today.
So for Metallica, it's $208 a piece.
You're a little cold. How's my baby boy? How are you feeling? My sweet good boy. You want out, honey? You wanna go home?
Do you want to play? What are the other ones we play?
That's my good boy. How are you doing? come get you. That's like a boy. How you doing?